Welcome back. Today I'm going to look at SketchUp 2018 Pro version, and hopefully you've watched the tutorial video that I sent out on Edpuzzle, because that talks through a lot of the getting started and what the buttons are. So we're going to look at how to actually make things happen. The first activity in our SketchUp is exercise 1. So we're going to be opening up SketchUp and we're going to be following along with the instructions here. So let's look at opening SketchUp. So the first thing we do when we're opening it up, you'll click on SketchUp or type in SketchUp and it'll open up Pro 2018 version is what we have. Now when you get in there, one of the things it'll say is choose a template, and I suppose I should pop there. So the one we want to choose is feet and inches because, hey, that's what we do. Now there is a 30-day free trial on this. So I mean, if that's what's popping up, you're good. But we do have a school license on that, and so if you're needing a license and it's not working, just let me know. But it should all be okay. So for what we're going to be doing, and so we're going to choose that. We're going to be going and activating here. Let me get here. Start using SketchUp down at the bottom. All right, so we're going to start with a rectangle and a push-pull box. Now, when you open up SketchUp, you'll probably get something that says this: a new version of SketchUp is available. Do not download the new version. You don't have the license for that one. So you just hit remind me later or close it if you can. So we are starting with a rectangle. So all the shapes and tools that you saw in the tutorial are up here, and if you mouse over them, you can see them. Now, I really don't like using the touch pad. I prefer a mouse, especially for this one, and Alice, it makes things a whole lot easier. I will try to do some with the touchpad to see if it works. So I'm going to be clicking this. I'm going to go down here. I just clicked it, and then I'm left clicking and I'm letting go. Now I'm not holding down on the mouse or anything like that. That's the same thing as if you're using a mouse. Now when you're doing that, if you look down here, my colors went away, or my rectangle went away, but look down here, see the numbers there and how they change as I move my rectangle. Then we can get the let's see, for this activity it doesn't say any special size, so I'm just going to click there again. Now we need to pull up this to make a rectangle, to make a house. So we go to the push pull tool, and again I'm just going to left click once and then move my mouse up. And so if I wanted to, I could say, hey, go 10 feet. Now if I was going to make this 10 feet, if you're looking at the bottom right corner, if I type in 10, and if I were to hit enter right now, it would be 10 inches, because the default with nothing is 10 inches. So the feet, oops, the wrong one, feet is the apostrophe. So 10 feet, and then if I wanted it 10 feet and 6 inches, if I want to get real precise, I could do that. I would do 10 apostrophe and then 6, or 6 and then the quotes, which is inches. Now I hit enter. It has now set me up for that. Now what I just did, I'm rotating or orbiting around my picture. How I'm doing that with my mouse is I'm pushing down on the roller button, because you can see the tool that's chosen right now is still the push-pull tool. If you want, you can go up here to the orbit tool, which, yeah, I'm not finding it here. There we are. I just forgot which one it was. So the orbit tool. Now if I click on that, and then I use my mouse button, I can just, or even on your touchpad. So now it's there. I have to go then and change back. So that's the nice thing about having a mouse, just another one of the little things. So now I need to make a roof. Oops, click the pencil. I want to find a midpoint. Now see how this grabs it right there? It's showing midpoint. I'm clicking once, left click. See if it stays on that green. You see the green line there? And then I'm going to click the other one where it says midpoint. I now have a line down the middle. Now I want to pull this up to make a roof. So I'm going to hit move. And I'm pulling it up. Now, something to look at on that where it says on blue axis, you can see the blue line going up. If I go off to the side a little bit, it still looks like it's blue line, but it's not saying blue axis. And if I were to look at that from the side, it wouldn't be on center. So got to make sure that you stay on that blue axis before you click again. Because now I can look at it. Oh, there it is. It is good. The next step is to make a door. So again, I'm going to use my rectangle tool. And I'm just going to pick up a square here, make a rectangle. I now have a door, and the instructions say, hey, make an arch over it. Well, there's our arch tool, and there's different things you can put on there. You can do the 3-point or the 2-point. 2-point for what I'm doing here is going to be just fine, except for I didn't do that. So if I don't like what I did, I can either erase or hit the Control Z. I want to be on the point there. There we go. It looks a lot better. Now I'm going to go to my erase tool, erase that line there in the middle, and then I'm going to right click and erase. See how that dotted? I'm going to hit erase there. So now I have an opening. That's very cool. Next thing we have to do is make a window on the side. So I'm going to use a rectangle, and then I'm going to my draw tool, midpoint, 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 and so on. Now the next thing, I need to get windows. Well, over here in materials, over on the right hand side, we have the materials box, and I can go down and find, what are we looking for? We are looking for glass and mirrors. And so you see the ones with the lines through them, those are the ones, oops, not liking that. I have to click on it and then click on the surface there. And I'm supposed to do some different colors here, so I'll just try some different ones. So I click on it and put it on there. And you can see by rotating now, you can see that I can see through the glass. Right, the next one is a free form. And I can just draw, 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 draw. And I just do that. As long as I eventually connect together, it will be a continued one. And then I'm just going to click there and click. Whoop! What did it just do? It just clicked my wall. Now, see, look at that. Look what I did. Oh no, how did I do that? Well, I wasn't paying attention, was I? So when I was drawing, I wasn't paying attention to where I was drawing. So I'm rotating around just to see where I am. Go back to my line tool. Because right now, see how that's red and my red line is over here? That means I'm not on the wall. On face. Alright, so I need to be paying more closer attention to that. Make sure it says on face. There we go. Now I can go over here, pick a picture, and there. I can see inside my house. Alright, something very important to be paying attention to. Alright, while I'm here, I'm going to go and look at some different colors. And you can do all the roofing and the walls, and then I'm going to come back to the doors in just a little bit. So I painted my walls, I painted my ceilings, I rotated around, and you just click each side. Now the last thing to do is find the 3D print. Now in the video they're talking about going to the engineering, but there's a little easier place. If we go into the tools, and right here we have 3D text, and let's enter my text, Newpin House, and right down here we can say how far do we want that to stick out. I'm going to say 3 inches. This is what sticks out. You can change the font if you want. And then I'm going to place, and I'm going to go right on the side of my house, and it says on face. So now we can see it's there. Now if for my door, I want to add my door back, I'm going to click in the corner, draw here, and it filled right in. And then I want to put it in a circle over the door, on the top of the door. So I'm going to go somewhere in here. And then I'm going to paint that with the glass, again, for the door. I hit the wrong button. There we go. And glass. And we put that right in there. And then I could paint the wall, the door, whatever. So there you go. That's the first activity. Hope you have fun with it.